Well, hi everyone. Welcome to a very special edition of the Meno Lounge. I'm Julie Gordon-White, CEO of MenoWell, Menopause Energy and Protein Bars. I am so excited today because I met this incredible woman, Cara Metz, on Mary Claire Haver's Menopause cruise, and I'm going to bring her up while I'm talking here. And she was so transformational in such a short amount of time, 15 minutes, that I couldn't not share her with you. Thousands of women's lives. So I'm super excited. Cara, I think I sent you the request here, so you're going to be popping up just a second. There you are.
Yay! Hello! I'm so excited to see you.
Same.
Oh,
we haven't
my
had
gosh.
a real hug since January of this year.
How fast has time flown? It
Here
feels
we
like it was
are,
last week I saw you.
May. Here we are in May
It's
already.
madness. Are
You
we
live in the
connected?
UK. I'm here in San Francisco, but thanks to social media, at least we met one time in real life. If we get to chat all the time. And Cara, let me just say, we're going to talk about your story because it's really amazing and how you built this thing and your story and how you got here today. But one, the new app, hello, how could you did not miss one thing. Let me just tell you.
Have you been on it?
I've
Have you been on it?
been on it, in
Yay!
it, through all of the welcome, because I was on the old app,
Yeah.
which was great. But it is just phenomenal. You
Thank
cover everything. There's
you.
something for everyone. 15 minutes. Oh my gosh. I cannot wait to talk about this because every midlife woman, and I know you are joining a certain special club a little later this month. Woo, woo.
Do you know, I'm really excited actually to be the big 50. When I turned 40, I was like, oh my gosh, 50. I'm loving life right now. I'm loving it.
50 is way better than 40, way better. So, but let me just say, I'm loving apps so much. So we're going to talk about that, how it's there. There's something there for everyone to meet you where you are, to start, or if you're already working out, you can just, it's just incredible. It's so much more than just the fitness, but the fitness is the
So much
fitness,
more.
right? Okay. But okay, let's zoom back. Tell people who are new to you about who Cara is, who's Cara Metz, and how did you get started, and why were you so motivated to do this thing?
Okay, I had to be really quick because it could be quite a long story. So, I trained back in the, well, no, let me go back. I was a professional dancer. I danced, I think I came out of the womb with high heels on, high
I've
kicking and
seen your
stuff like that.
salsa videos. They're amazing. Love it.
So I did that all my childhood to like my early 20s, and decide, I mean, it's only now that I've actually admitted to myself that I had an eating disorder, because I didn't think that I did, and I clearly did. When you're a dancer, I mean, the type
Many
of dancing,
dancers.
it
Yeah.
was like Dancing with the Stars, ballroom Latin. That was my thing. And I had an eating disorder. Never thought that I did. I took laxatives and I took slimming pills. I'd starve myself. I'd binge, all the things. And I think so many ladies will resonate
Right.
with that because
Who aren't dancers, right? We grew up in
yeah,
that era to get
we grew
quick,
up in.
slim, fast, do all those things, right?
And
But
the thing is,
especially dancers.
you and me are the similar kind of height, and
Yeah.
did you always want to be like this size zero supermodel? I mean, clearly it was never going to happen because, I'm vertically challenged. I'm not saying you are, but we're very similar in height.
Oh no, we are. That was one of our bond, like small but mighty. Okay,
Oh,
let's go.
yeah. So, but we grew up, we saw these supermodels and we were like, wanted to be like this. So this is clearly not going to happen. Anyway, being a dancer, that was magnified. I got completely burned out by the time I was 21, met my now husband, that's another story, and decided that I wanted to be normal, I wanted to have babies. So I literally just packed my dance career up and decided that I was going to do normal life. what's normal? Who knows? Anyway, I had my babies, but at the same time, I also trained to be a fitness instructor. So I went into the fitness industry, gained loads of knowledge, which I was like, I wish I knew then what I know now, and I wouldn't have done this and that and the other. Had my girls, and then went into the fitness industry. Life didn't work out for me and my husband, you know, it's another story. We separated, and so that I then ended up having to give up my fitness career teaching, because with the, you know, with gyms and classes, it's all like antisocial hours, you know, it's all after hours, and I had to be at home to look after my babies. And I knew how to be a dressmaker, so I made dance dresses, and I created that as a business so I could be at home with my girls. So I made a really successful business doing that. I was doing other things, as you know, doing other stuff as well to like make ends meet, but it wasn't my passion, you know, it wasn't my passion. But what I found at the time was I was putting on weight. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people know about the black cloud thing coming over their heads, and they're thinking, oh my gosh. But I wasn't at the stage of life that I'm at now, which is perimenopause. This was before that time, because it was like my late 20s, early 30s. So because I was so busy, I was like, I had 20 minutes in the morning from dropping the kids at school, walking my dogs, and then starting work. And I worked all hours to make ends meet. Got 20 minutes. What can I do? Because I trained as a fitness instructor and I taught in all the gyms, and I had so much knowledge in my head. I was like, okay, well, got 15 minutes, right? I'll do 5 exercises. HIIT was coming in at that time, and people were doing like 30 seconds work, like 30 seconds exercise, 30 seconds break. And I was like, I haven't got 30 seconds to stand around, waiting around, doing nothing. Right, 50 seconds of an exercise, 10 seconds break, straight on to the next one. 5 exercises, repeat those 3 times, bang, 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 wash, 15 minutes, done. And I made the promise to myself, and I go on about small promises, I always say this, I'm going to do that every single weekday, drop the kids at school, walk the dogs, and then I was going to do my workout. And I just made that promise to myself, and the miraculous thing happened. I lost weight, the black cloud lifted, and I felt better about myself. Life was looking good, and I felt so much better until I hit my 40s. Carried on doing all of that, exactly the same thing, and I started putting weight on again. Couldn't understand why. I'm thinking, what the hell? What's going
Like
on?
I'm doing
I
the
get it.
same exact things, and here
Yeah,
it comes. Yeah. Hello,
eating the
perimenopause.
eating the same, blah blah blah. You know the things. You know the score. We all know the score. So I went to my friend, and the other things that were happening. I was stopped sleeping. I thought I was going crazy. I was losing things all the time. I was losing my car. I couldn't remember where it was put. And I literally got so bad, I thought I had early onset dementia, and I was distraught. Went to my best friend, and I said to her about it, and she's about 7 or 8 years older than me, and she went, oh, it's menopause, don't worry about it, just ride it out, be fine, you'll be fine, you'll get over it. I mean, she had quite an easy ride actually with menopause, but she said, don't worry, it'll be fine. And I was like, I can't do this, how long is this going to last? I googled it,
Right.
and I was like,
10
I
years.
can't do this.
Yeah.
I've had a good 10 years. Oh
Right.
my gosh.
Right.
So
Right.
that's when I studied, I got knowledge. And it's really hard to get knowledge in this space. That's when I discovered our now mutual lovely friend, Dr. Mary Claire Haver. So we both went on the cruise with her.
Right.
You know, I discovered her, and she was so insightful, incredible. I learned so much from her as well. And also I did courses, I trained as a menopause fitness, it's in brain fog's working now. Menopause fitness expert, if you want to say, fitness trainer, that's the word. And that's what I did. And I was like, oh my gosh, I am actually perimenopausal. This is it. And then I switched my training up. I changed the way I trained, changed the way I ate, and added meditation to my day, added stretching, continued the walking. There's so many different components. I always say there's like the 4 pillars. You've got movement, nutrition, stress, and sleep. So those are the 4 things that I would say you need to really, really focus on. And I focused on all of those. And same thing that happened 10 years earlier, 15 years earlier, the black cloud lifted, the weight came off, especially the belly fat. I was like, it's going. Woo. So yeah, that was it. So that is when I decided that I was going to create a website, because I found this new passion. It wasn't a new passion, but I was really passionate about it, because people were then saying to me, what have you done? What have you been doing? So I created a website. This was in September. Started creating it in September. No, sorry, I'm telling a lie. I made a challenge on Facebook just out of the blue. I thought, I'm going to do a challenge, 30-day challenge. Who wants to join me? I had like 200 women on my private, on
On your
my,
private, your personal
on my
page.
private
Yeah.
Facebook page.
Yeah.
Like your normal, friends page. Let's say your so-called Facebook friends all wanted to join me. So I went live every weekday morning and just did the workouts that I was doing. And they loved it. And I was like, oh, I have something here. So I created then the website, my art, like, this website I created. And I launched it in January 2020.
Oh, good timing there.
Perfect timing. And
Everybody's at home, can't go to the gym, don't know what to do. I'm going to hang out with Cara. I love
so
it.
the world went crazy in March 2020. Awful time for so many people, obviously.
Yeah.
My income completely dried up, because all that I was doing, my work, my business, completely just flatlined.
Right.
Very lucky for me. I had got back together with, like I said, it's another story. I'm going to write a book one day. Well, actually, no, I have written a book. I'm going to write a life book one day.
Okay.
I'll
I
tell you
love
about
it.
the book later, the menopause book. I got back with my husband after 16 years of us being apart, and thankfully, luckily for me, and you've met the lovely Larry. You met
I've
him.
met the lovely Larry, and that's such a great story. We will have that is a whole like Menno Lounge topic about life, romance and love and midlife.
And
It's a whole
relationships and
thing,
all the
but it's an
things.
amazing story.
It
Okay,
is a
keep going,
nice
keep going.
it is a nice story, even though my girls were like, oh my god, that's disgusting. Mum and dad back together. They were like, they're fine
I
now.
love it.
They're fine now. Anyway, where was I? I'm digressing. Right. So we got
So
back
you
together.
launched your website. Here we are in the middle
Oh
of
yeah.
the pandemic, or I guess in the
Mm,
beginning of the pandemic, and it
My
was
business.
time. You did the challenge. You had
Yeah.
200 women who were excited about
Yeah.
it, and you said, "Okay, let's turn this into a thing."
So I turned it into like a website, launched it in January 2020. March obviously went crazy. And I just put everything into doing this. I put everything into, because I was so passionate about helping women. So that's what I did. Thankfully for me, I was with, my lovely husband. We got remarried. He was able, he worked at home. Financially, we were okay. We did struggle a little bit, but we were okay because he could still work. My business completely, like I said, stopped. So I just put all my time and energy into creating the website. I started off with 25 women, who most of them are still with me now,
Yes,
which is
I
amazing.
bet.
And yeah, we did the website, and then I created an app after about a year of having that. And we've now just launched yesterday another brand new upgraded app, which is unbelievable. So everything is dedicated to the woman over 40 in perimenopause, menopause, post-menopause. We've got women in their 60s and 70s working out. Everything is 15 minutes or less. We cater for beginners. It's all workouts and nutrition. Everything catered
Right.
for the woman of a
Oh,
certain age. Because I was like, I'm not going to compete with, these 20 plus, these 20
well,
year
and we
olds in
don't need to,
skinny.
right? I mean, that
No.
was then. This is now. I love how you, with all of your workouts, you meet women where they are. I mean, that to me is like the most important thing. So they can find something to do that fits their schedule, because if we don't deserve to set aside 15 minutes for ourselves, that is a time to do a little self-reflection. And I'm speaking to myself, because Cara, it blows me away. You and I have had this conversation. Like, why does even 15 minutes seem so long? People are saying, how do they sign up for the app already? So just tell them now, and then we're going to come
It's
back.
yeah, I'm going to give you a little gift at the end, so
Oh,
wait till the end. Don't worry. It is Cara Fitness, Cara Fitness.co.uk. UK. So it's co.uk. So I will give you a little bit gift. It's going to be a nice little gift for you at the end. So,
Okay.
you know,
Well,
if you
stay to the end. Stay to the
stay
end.
to
So
the
then you get the
end.
goodie. Okay,
Yeah, so
so
it is.
that
So
is
it's
what's so
I say it's
transformational.
amazing. It is,
Yes.
and the community. I mean, you'll know that the community is unbelievable. I mean, it's we have Wonder Woman Wednesday, and it's like today. It's like we have someone is nominated as the Wonder Woman of the week, and they tell their story, and then it's like they then pass it on to the next person. So every Wednesday we have them, and the
Yeah.
stories are, you think I think about, right, yeah, I've got a story. You've got a story, and it's like this. I think that would be such an incredible book one
Yeah.
day, to have all these stories of all these incredible women. You have women that have gone through illnesses, bereavement, divorce. They've come back from surgery, or just really heartfelt things and I'm like, I've been talking to this woman has been like a member for like a year, and I never knew any of this.
Yes.
We have breast cancer survivors, and honestly, it's madness how you hear all these stories, and it just brings everybody together.
It's
At
what
our
connects us,
age.
right? These stories connect us. Cara, I want to ask you, so 15 minutes, how is that? Here we are, I get to speak to a lot of fitness experts, professionals,
Yeah.
and lift heavy, 45 minutes. How does that true up with 15 minutes?
Okay,
Help
I shall
women
tell
who
you.
are asking that question.
I get this all the time. All the time they're like, so what else do you do? So you do your 15 minutes, which you tell us to do. What else do you? I'm like, I don't do anything else. Okay, I walk my dogs 45 minutes, maybe an hour at the weekend, every day, except for when they go to doggy daycare, which is twice a week. But I walk my dogs and I do my 15 minutes. I do my life workouts in the morning, and they're all on demand. You get them in the app, they get them on the Facebook page, whatever, they're there. I do my 15 minutes. Right. The reason why it is so good and the reason it works is because you can stay consistent. How many times, right? Answer this in the comments. How many times have you started a fitness regime? You've deprived yourself of food, but you're all like, all guns blazing, and yeah, I'm going to do this. 2 weeks in, you fall off the wagon, you throw the towel in, there's life happens, curveballs get thrown at you,
Right.
something might happen with one of your kids, or you've got to go and travel to your parents because something's happened with your parents, or something at work is stressful. There's always going to be things thrown at you
Right.
that you are going to have to put you back down the bottom of the
Right.
list. What
And
you may
2 weeks
manage.
in, how about 2 days in? Especially
Well, it
if
could
you
be two
go
days
too
in.
hard, you jump in. I tend to be that overachiever type. So go
Yeah.
in way too hard. 2 days later, I can't even walk up my stairs or
And
lift something because
it's,
I've picked up some weights that are beyond where I actually should have
yeah.
started.
And it's
So
exactly this. It's about the consistency. And also in that 15 minutes, it is intense. It's an intense 15 minutes.
I
A
know
lot of
I've
people
done
say,
it. Right.
I mean, my bum, I tell you what, my bum is absolutely killing me from the workout that I did 2 days ago. I'm telling you. And it shocks me now that it can still work after all this time. But it does, it really does work. But it's the consistency. If you can't find 15 minutes, there's something wrong. And also in that 15 minutes, it's your time. Don't think about what you're making for dinner, or you got to go and pick up whoever, or you got to do this. That's your time. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, what about a warm up? Now, I don't know about you, but I'm normally running around all over the place. Unless I just
I'm
come,
hot.
unless I,
I don't need a warm up.
no,
I'm already
exactly.
hot.
Unless I've jumped out of bed and I'm cold,
Yeah.
then yes, I do have warm ups on the app, and yes, you do have to do them. But I will tend to I mean, if it is a workout that is bam straight in, I'll say, come on, ladies, you need to make sure you are warm before you do this. But a lot of workouts, we do sort of gauge it through the workout. But I would say you're normally pretty warm. And then, yes, it'd be great to do a stretch afterwards. I do recommend that. But if you just got 15 minutes, you could do that. I've even got 5-minute workouts, 10-minute workouts, 1-minute workouts I've got. But it's that consistency.
Consistency.
I've
That
done
is the thing.
I've done this for probably the last 15, 16 years. I do not lift heavy weights. I lift because you guys use pounds. So I've got 3 kilograms, which is 6.6 pounds, 4 kilograms, which is 8.8, and fives I use very occasionally, which is 11 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to do something. This is me showing off now, but I
Yeah.
think I do okay.
I know. When I saw
I think
you,
I
and let me just
do okay.
tell you, those of you who have not had the pleasure of meeting Cara in person, she is so compact. She's tiny. She's tight. It's just impressive. But it looks like the kind of fitness that you want, so we're not about, skinny is out, strong is in, but you want to feel fit and strong.
Yeah,
Like, one of my big tests always is, I travel a lot, and can I lift my overhead bag,
yeah.
filled with stuff like
That's a good
capacity, right,
that's a
with all
good one actually.
the
Yeah,
shoes
for sure.
over my head without having that look like, oh God, I'm going to drop it on my head or the person next to me,
Hmm.
or the young guy there. Oh, can I help you? Like, if that
Yeah, you're
happens,
like,
I'm
no,
done.
I can do it my own thing.
Right? Get out of my, no, I don't even want him to think that I can't do it, right? And not because of him, because I want to feel that
Yeah.
strong. And so you absolutely can achieve those kinds of everyday strength and mobility with what you're talking about.
Absolutely. And the thing is, we are normal women. That's the thing. Is we're not okay. I say we're normal women. We are Superwoman. We are Wonder Woman. Yes, we are. However, we are normal women with normal lives. And I don't know about you, but I cannot be bothered to go to a gym and go and I haven't got the time and I haven't got the inclination now to travel to a gym, pay for a gym membership, and go and lift heavy weights. Yeah, if you do that, that's great. That's amazing. But in
Yeah,
my life, I don't have time and I don't want to pay for that either. And a lot of women, that's very intimidating. It's very like when it's like, you've got to lift heavy, you've got to lift heavy. If you do that and I'm not saying don't do that. If you do that and that is your thing and you love it and you enjoy it, then fabulous.
right.
But the majority of women get embarrassed about going to the gym. They get embarrassed about going into a weight section, which is very male dominated. And if there's a lot of women in there, they're normally pretty ripped and pretty strong as well, especially going somewhere on your
Yeah.
own. With what I do, you can do it at home. You've got me suffering along with you as well. And it
But you're
is,
so cute. You're so
and
fun. In the videos, you're saying something like, oh my God, oh, I forgot to turn on the timer or this or that. You're so real, which adds so
don't
much to
tell
the
them stuff
joy,
like
because
that.
it's like having your BFF working out with you. Like, that's the bonus. Because a lot of times I'm in my robe, like barely jammies on, start out because it's a little cold, jammies on, a robe over, and then that robe is gone. And it's just pure
Exactly.
jammies, you and me. And you never say anything that, like, why are you wearing your jammies working out, Julie? You never say that. So it's great.
Well, no, because I used to just wear my PJs before I was on camera.
Yeah,
If I could, I would. If I'm jumping up and down, then maybe I'd sort of a sports
except
bra
for
out.
that.
But
Yeah, I know. Both of us, small but mighty, right? So
oh
we're
yes,
carrying
more
over things.
mighty.
Right, right, right. Okay, so here's what I want to add to about lifting heavy, because we do know that studies show lifting heavy, having building that muscle is also very important.
Of
So
course.
what I love about midlife and perimenopause, menopause, is that we are so empowered to find your tribe. So this is probably your tribe, and maybe that's your tribe too, but there's no judgment. Do what works for you. And what I love is often, doing your 15 minutes every day, most of the time, doing the 15 minutes. And then some days I really want to go to the gym and I want to do the extra
Yeah.
and push myself. And that extra is extra because I am not consistent there. I am
Mm-hmm.
much more consistent with dedicating 15 minutes. And I want to talk about another piece of your 15 minutes is that you have the 5 exercises. You do them for 50 seconds, right?
Yeah. 50 seconds.
50
Yeah.
seconds, and then 10 seconds moving kind of to the next thing. However, you have that great timer thing, not however, but yay. So you can actually see like, oh, this is hard. This is getting heavy. Or my butt, we
Yeah.
say bum. My butt is like,
Yeah. But I
my
need to say
glutes
but, don't
are
I?
squeezing here. And you go, okay, I can see it. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2, 1. I can keep going. I love
Yeah.
that you show the timer. That is, to me,
Yeah. I mean, the
also
thing
great
is,
psychology.
well, because people say to me, so how many reps? They always say to me, well, how many reps do you do? I'm like, I have got no idea how many reps I do. And the
You
thing
can't
is, it's like, I can't
remember
even count to
anyway.
4. I get to 4 and I lose count. So for me to count my reps, but the other thing is, the beauty of doing like the 50 seconds is like, I could have light weights, you could have heavy weights. You could be super fit, I could be not quite so fit. So it's as if you do what works for you in those 50
Yes,
seconds.
yes,
Do you know what I
yes.
mean? So
I love
that's
that
what.
because you can lift heavier in that same amount of time. And there are studies that show that going long is not necessarily better. All those reps, if you will, it's
No.
if you can grow, and continuously lift heavier and heavier,
Mm.
then you might build up to a 15 or 20 pound weight. Sorry, I'm going to say pounds. You can
No, don't say
translate.
pounds. It's
Uh,
fine. It's fine.
Okay. And lift heavy in 15 minutes and get a tremendous workout. And then you're
Yeah.
lifting often what we would call to failure, which has great benefits to it. So do not underestimate what you can accomplish in
Honest
15
to
minutes. It doesn't
goodness.
mean,
Yeah.
our friend Dr. Vonda Wright, who is an incredible surgeon, and she would say, no mamsy-pamsy weights. That's like her thing, right? So it's not just time. You can play with the framework that you've
Yeah.
created and
And then
find the weight that works for you,
absolutely.
or no weight, right? You have
Mm.
tons of
Like body
workouts that are
weight.
body weights only.
Mm.
There's so many.
Yeah.
There's 500 workouts in the app, right? Maybe
I
more.
mean,
It's
yeah,
incredible.
I mean, it's the thing is what I say, because I think Vonda is incredible, and like, again, I've learned so much from her as well. And
So
this is what I
amazing.
love. And what I love about supporting other women is that we can learn from each other. It's not about, I don't, she says this, I say that.
Right.
It's like she does that really, really super heavy weights, which is incredible. And then and it was so nice because when we went on the cruise, we shared a table and we were like, talking about stuff as well, which was great. And we just, what I do, I find I'm like the stepping stone. You may get people who start with me and then they're like, no, I want to go to that next level. You can do that. That's absolutely fine. Or do what you said. Do your 15 minutes with me and then go to the gym sometimes and do that extra heavy weight because you've built the confidence with me to be able to do that. And I would always say, you're a beginner. Start with 2 tins of food. That's it. It's about £1 each.
Right.
You
Right.
start with that, get your confidence, get your form, get, your posture, work with that. Then buy yourself a pair of hand weights. And this is how I started. It was like, I got myself a light pair of weights, did it with that. Then I got slightly heavier weights. Then I would mix and match. And then I got slightly heavier and mix and match. And the other thing that we do in our workouts is we'll change the timings of what we do. You can change
Right.
the resistance, the timings of how like you slow up, slow down, quick up, slow down. It's getting that tension in the muscle different.
Right.
There's so many ways of exercising. There's not one way that is right and that is it.
I
Whatever's
think
for
we get
you.
so caught up in the perfect way to work out, and the perfect way is the workout you do. So, hello,
Just
15 minutes.
And that's why
Be
I say, just get
consistent.
on and do it. Just do a workout. That's it. Don't just do it.
Right.
It might not be mine. It might be somebody else. It might be you might go on YouTube and do somebody else's, or you do like you work out with Vonda, or you do. It's like find what works for you.
Yeah.
I'll always advocate that, and I'd be like, it doesn't have to be with me. It can be with whoever. I will always support. There's room for everybody in
Right.
this space,
Right.
and
But
the
I
most
do love
important thing.
what you've created in the app because there's so much structure there. And I think
Mm,
that it's structure that helps us because going back to not having a lot of time, I don't want to have to think about what to do either. I love that there is a monthly workout. You just
mm,
follow the day, and or you can just do the daily, and it lays out even
mm,
the warm up
mm,
meditation. If you want to do all those things, you can go straight to it. It's
mm.
just such a good framework to get to
Thank
what
you.
is the most important word, which is consistency.
Absolutely. And
That
we're
is what changes
starting,
us.
We're sorry.
No.
We're starting the new challenge on, it's called the Triple F plan on Monday the 6th. So you can join the plan on Monday. You don't have to do it with everybody else. You can do it in your own time. But it's called the Triple F plan. It's like you have to find your Fs. I know it sounds silly and it sounds daft, but people love
Okay,
this. And this was
tell her.
the very first plan that I ever did. The Triple F plan is, what are your Fs? My Fs are, it's 50, fierce, and fabulous. And that is what I'm aiming for by the end of May. Because on the 23rd of May, I turn 50. So we're celebrating me turning 50. Because it's all about me, obviously. No, I'm joking.
Yes.
But it's like, you're going to find your Fs. What would your F be? I mean, I've said people might want to swear, but, I can't swear because it might offend people. But it's like, you might, I don't know, what would your F be?
Yeah.
Fantastic, fabulous, fierce, foxy. I don't know, there's so many different Fs you can have.
Yes,
But it's
yes,
a
yes,
bit of
yes, all
fun.
those.
It's a bit
I
of,
love it.
yeah, fun. It is a bit of fun and bringing everybody together. So we start that on Monday, which is going to be incredible as well. So every single month we have a brand new plan with a different theme, and everybody gets a brand, like two recipe packs, one meat-based, one plant-based, that you can download, and it's got meal plans and everything. It's like,
I
yeah,
love
I'm
that.
so excited. And you've got your calendar and you
I know.
just so much, and you can.
Trackers, sleep, water, recipes. What I love too in talking about food, because food is a big component of where we want to go with our bodies at this time. 90% of women in all the stages of menopause gain 10 or more pounds. We know that statistically. And it's important that we get back to our healthiest weight, because heart disease is the number one killer of women, and we need to keep our hip to waist ratio in proper perspective, or keep our waist under, as women, under 35 inches. I don't know if that is centimeters, bad on me. You can
I
help.
use inches.
Okay, inches. But it's important. So managing our weight, not about being skinny, but managing our weight to protect our health and longevity. And I know you have grandchildren, and someday I hope to have grandchildren. And I always say I want to be an 101-year-old sexy fit granny. And I know I have to do that.
You and me running around.
Right. We'll be running around. And so what I love about your app, just kind of like our bars, like they're a shortcut to that. Your app is a shortcut, 15 minutes to get you where you want to go. Our bars are filled with fiber and nutrition. And so it's a shortcut to get you where you want to go. It's a beautiful framework to help us build into our healthiest lives without having to be stressed because we've got to spend 2 hours doing it. So
yeah,
absolutely. I love it.
Absolutely, yeah,
So
and it's all
things.
about it's about learning all the different things and doing things a little bit different. It's not about cutting your calories and eating next to nothing and doing loads of cardio. My cardio is going and walking my dogs. We do a little bit of cardio in the app, but it's more for that feel good feeling. But it's so short. It's not like I used to do loads of running. I used to beat my body up.
Me too.
To be able to be super skinny. And it's not fun anymore. I always think we're too old to be miserable. I don't want to be miserable anymore. I want to be happy. I want to be healthy. Yeah, of course I want to look good, but we need to reduce those menopause symptoms as much as we can. Use the toolbox that we have. Obviously we can't help what's going on with estrogen, but and there's other things that we look. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to go into that. But the things that I look at: your sleep, your stress, your movement, and your nutrition. I talk about that loads, and I talk about it a lot because it's what works for me. And that's why your bars are so incredible as well, because you've got all the goodness in there. So many women say to me, what can I have for a snack? And it's like, well, I can pass you over to Julie. So yeah, exactly.
Protein and fiber, all of those yummy things that we need. No, it's super, super important. Okay, I'm gonna check my notes because all these things, you have so many things in the app that I wanted to make sure we talked about. You do have a course in there, and one is specifically, all of them apply to the stages of women over 40, but you have a MenoFit course. I've seen that. Tell us a little bit about that.
I mean, we haven't actually added that, actually. We haven't added that to the new app, but what we do have in the community is Midlife Mayhem. And it's a community called Midlife Mayhem.
Yeah.
I know. That's why. That's what I originally called it. I originally called it Midlife Mayhem. Then I did the MenoFit qualification. So then I changed everything to MenoFit. So I have got an open Facebook group. We've also got a MenoFit group. And no, it's Midlife Mayhem now inside the app. So we're going to be rebranding everything. So I don't have that course at this moment in time over onto the new app, but because we're going to upgrade it and we're going to redo it all.
Okay.
But what we do have is Midlife Mayhem, and every week I'm putting in a blog post, like a video blog. I've got so many plans I want to do. I'd love to start a podcast. I've got so many things. My brain is like,
okay.
I want to do so
So
many things.
I work out for 25 minutes with you, but then I spend the rest of the day like looking at all your stuff. So there's so many good things in there. So
yeah, so there's loads of stuff in there that, like I said, there's the Midlife Mayhem blog, video blog. There's lots of information in there. There's going to be put in there like PDFs and things you can download and all sorts of stuff in there. So that's in the community. So we're just starting to build that up as well. So, it's all in the beginning stages. So yeah, if you are at that stage of menopause, that is going to be so helpful for you. I'm going to put in things about what is a phytoestrogen, why you're not sleeping anymore, about sometimes this triggers people when I say this, but I would say that stress makes you fat. When I say that, people are like, oh, but there's reasons behind why I say
this is why
that.
I love
because
women in the UK, because you just say it. American women, like, we were like, ooh, can't say fat, can't say anything. That's like, you just say stress makes you fat.
It
You don't want to be fat.
and it's not your fault.
Right.
This thing is not your fault. It's because of your hormones, and I explain why and what you can do about it. And it is, we get belly fat because we are so stressed, and we stress out our adrenal glands. This is another subject. I can go on. I'll start going.
We'll talk about
talking about it.
in another live.
Yeah, and another time about adrenaline and cortisol, and and it's like we have to learn how to bring those stress levels down. It's not about me saying to you, stop being so stressed, because that's not going to happen. That's not real life. But it's how you deal with your stress. I never thought ever in my wildest dreams I would meditate. It's too scary being alone with my thoughts. Can you tell? And but I do guided meditation. I don't listen to my own meditations because that would be weird. But I listen to I listen to. I've got the lovely Camilla Sekadalarup, who's got Zen Me app, which is incredible. Unplug is another one which is incredible. Those are the two ones that I listen to. But if you come on mine, you can listen to mine. But it's like, learn breathing techniques when you feel your blood start to boil, because that probably happens on a daily basis. Breathing techniques will bring it down. You can't get rid of your stress. You can't tell your boss where to go. You can't get rid of your, if your kids are driving you crazy. You can't, like, if you've got to look after your elderly parents, you can't not do that. You've still got a house to look after. You've still got a partner, to try and, be happy with. There's lots of things going on in our lives at this age, and we're the sandwich generation, because we're the ones in the middle, and we are the glue that is holding it all together. Most women will agree with me. If we break, if we fall apart, then everything else around us is going to tumble down. So it's learning these breathing techniques, because you can't get rid of the stress, but you can learn how to deal with it in a better way, which is going to help you with your cortisol levels, which in turn is going to help you with the belly fat, which I do explain in a lot more detail as to why that happens, and what you can actually do about it, because it's not about calorie deficit, getting rid of the layer of subcutaneous fat is what it's called over the rest, you could get rid of in your earlier years. We've now got visceral fat, which is lumped around the belly area and around here.
And that's the dangerous kind, right? But what we can do is commit to moving our bodies at least 15 minutes a day. That's what we can do.
100%.
It's a simple yet transformational thing. And having you as a guide makes it so easy, because we don't have to think about it. We just show up as we are, lean in, and get the goodness. It's
absolutely. And you can see me, like I said, I'll be suffering along with you as well. But as you can tell, I will just keep talking and talking and talking. But I think
I love it.
long enough.
I love it. That's why you do what you do. I feel like I just got to work out.
I'm like that. Stop talking. Right. Do you want your gift? Do you want the gift?
So good. Oh,
Would you like the
oh
gift?
yeah. Do we want to gift everybody?
Yay!
How about some
Right.
hearts
Okay,
for
so your
Cara if
gift
you're
is...
here? If you want a gift. Right. What's the gift?
Okay, so I've written it down because, like I said, my memory's not that great. Right. It's carafitness.co.uk. That is the website, or, you know, if you sign up to the website, then you can download the app after. You can get 10% off the 3-month subscription. If you put in, the coupon code is sign me up. That's it. So
Sign me up.
sign
Yes.
me up. So that's not hard. It's SIGNMEUP. Sign me up. So put that in. That's your coupon code. That will give you 10% off the 3-month membership. Plus, you will get 7 days free. So all of my subscriptions, I used to just have 7 days free on the monthly. I've now got 7 days free on the monthly, the quarterly, the 3-month, and on the yearly plan as well. So you can get 7 days to check it all out. If I annoy you so much you don't want to be with me, you can cancel it and you can go.
Don't say that. That's not true. I know. No, you say that in your navigation getting started at the end. And here's how, if you don't like me, then you can cancel right here. It's like,
I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea, am I?
I don't know. I love it. Your energy is exactly what we need to remind us what's possible when we commit to ourselves. I mean, to me, that is what this is all about. The benefit, the bonus is how our body feels and how it looks. The real thing is that having you help us signal to ourselves every single day, every time we work out with you, is that we're important, that we deserve this time. We have earned it. This is the minimal amount of time that we should set aside for ourselves. So I love that you are shepherding this.
I promise you, if you stick with it for 12 weeks, I know you're like, oh no, but I want to lose like 20 pounds in a week. That's not going to happen.
It won't stay off anyway.
No,
It's
exactly.
not good, right?
So if you could commit to it for that 3 months, for that 12 weeks, 4 weeks, you're going to start to feel different. 8 weeks, you will start to see a difference. And in 12 weeks, everyone is going to go, oh my gosh, what have you been doing? Because not just will you lose weight, but you will be brighter. Your eyes will be brighter. Your skin will be brighter. You will have created this alliance with these incredible women as well that are going to lift you up. You'll have me on hand as well to be there for you. I'm very, very vocal and on hand in all of the community, and anybody that knows me knows that is what I try to do. I answer all of my messages. I try and answer all of the comments. I absolutely love what I do, and I love the tribe of women, and the reason being is because they've helped me. I'll get emotional now. They've helped me so much to get through this time myself. So, and that's why I will always be eternally grateful to each and every one of my tribe and Cara Fitness family. I absolutely love and adore each and every one of them, and you, of course.
So beautiful. This is why the minute I met you, it was like a little magnet. Like, oh, this person I need to know. I need to be in her world, because you are just so real, so honest, authentic, and just a light in this space. I thank you. I'm so glad that you launched into this during a tough time, in COVID, because it allowed you to lean all the way in, and look what you created. So
and
wonderful.
I'm so grateful to have met you in person. I can't wait to meet you in person again. I'm going to come and see you.
I know you're coming here. I'm going there. We have work to do. And I should say right now, before you all ask Cara, are MenoWell bars available in the UK? I'm going to say not yet, but fingers crossed.
As soon as they are, I'm gonna be on them, because I've tasted them and they're amazing.
Right. But I'm inspired, so here we go. Okay. Cara, thank you so much for being here. Oh, one more question before we go. I love to ask all my guests, what does it mean to you to MenoWell?
What does it mean to me to MenoWell? It means to do something for myself each and every day. And that can be anything. That could be call one of my girlfriends. It could go for a walk. Is at least to give myself at least 5 minutes every single day to do something for me. And if I find that hard, what I'll do is I will schedule it in. I will always say to every single person who says they do not have time, schedule it into your calendar as if it was a work commitment, because you would not, like tonight, I wouldn't have let you down because we've made this. It's not, I don't look at this as work at all, but this is, I'm talking to my friend, you know, but I wouldn't have let you down. I wouldn't let down a meeting. I wouldn't let down, you know, I just wouldn't. So why do we let ourselves down? So put it in your calendar, even start with 5 minutes every single day. And it doesn't have to be fitness, it can be anything. Have a bubble bath, whatever it is. And that's what I would say, you know, even 5 minutes of deep breathing or a meditation, whatever, schedule it in. It's a work commitment. You're working on you. And when you've done it, congratulate yourself, tick it off, and put in the next one every single day, because every single small step is a step in the direction of where you actually want to be. Stop looking at that big goal, because that is too scary and you will get frozen in fear. So that's what I would say. Tiny, small steps. And that's exactly what I do each and every day.
Perfect. 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 Cara, thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you. I look
can
forward
we
to
do this
more
again? Can we do this
things,
again?
sharing more of your magic with our community, growing, all the fun things. To be continued, friend. Is that good?
Mwah.
Be well, everyone.
Take care.
Until next time, make sure you go over to carafitness.co.uk. And the
Perfect.
promo code is sign me up.
Sign me up on the 3-month plan.
Get it. Get it, get it, get it. All right, everybody, have a great day, and I'll see you in Cara's community. Be well. Thank you.